talked about that. Let's talk about how there's an ex-PlayStation exec who said he would have resisted live Sony's push. Now, I don't feel no type of way about this article, negative or positive, because I know there's some people that'll be charged up emotionally saying, oh, this nigga's a fucking liar, you weren't at Sony when that was happening, you're just talking shit. I know there's some people that would champion this and say, yeah, that's right, get those free-to-play bullshit live service dumbass games out of here. But the game that's gotten most of my time throughout January so far is my Rivals. So I don't want to be a hypocrite, A, and B, there's a lot of people out there that are already hypocrites, and I want to see what he really said. Hell no. They said, wait, is there a paragraph before this? He said Sony gave him a lot more resources after Hulse took over, with the aim of funding both SP games and new live service projects. They said these games are great, keep doing that, and we'll give you additional resources to work on these live service games and try it. He said, noting that the management understood the shift in the live service games was risky. Yeah, that's right, because the concept that a lot of people really haven't never been introduced when it comes to live service games on the business side is that, okay, think of it like selling somebody a gas station versus selling somebody a subscription service to just go to the gas station and they don't have to pay individually each time. They just go to the gas station, fill up their tank, and they leave out. And for, I don't know, $100 a month, they could just go to the gas station whenever the fuck they feel like it, whenever they please, boop, 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 and leave. If you sell a person that gas station, pretty much when they get that gas station, no, actually that's not a great example. That's not a great. Okay, boom. Here's a better example. Think of it like selling somebody. I'm trying to think of a good example. Ooh, better example. Think of selling somebody a disc versus renting it to them, right? If I sell you a DVD disc or whatever, or let's say I rent you Call of Duty. Let's say I sell you Call of Duty for $80. Right now, and 5 years from now, just within the scope of this example, let's say there's no microtransactions that you buy or anything like that. You just buy the game. Right now, if you buy Call of Duty at $80, 10 years in the future, all you have ever had to spend on that game to play it is $80. But let's say instead, I sell you Call of Duty. Let's say instead, I make you rent Call of Duty. So not only are you now paying $10 up front, but over 8 years, let's say it's $10 a year. No, let's say it's $10 a month. Over a year, you spent $120 on the game. Over 10 years, you spent $1,200 on the game. Versus if you brought it out right, that would be different. Now, how that relates into this is whenever a full single player game is made, pretty much they make the game, they put it out there, and however much money is going to make is going to make. So if they spent $100 million on the game and they make $200 million, that means that $100 million that they spent developing the game, not only did they make that back, but they profited $100 million that they could partially take to put towards the next game, to make the next game and the next game and the next game and so on and so forth better. And any profit they get on top of that those initial sales, that initial $200 million, that's just more and more and more pure profit that just keeps growing as time gets on. And yeah, eventually just about everybody who want to have played the game will have brought it, and most of it will just be people coming to the game late or rebuying the game for a different platform or whatever. But that's pure profit. When you make a live service game, what you're doing is you're spending money without knowing if you'll get it back. So, and then on top of that, you're spending more money. So in the first example, let's say both games cost $100 million to make. You spend $100 million on the live service game and put it out there for free, there's no guarantee that anybody that's playing that game is giving you money. Because if a game is free to play, I can hop on a game, never buy a damn thing in the game, and get off the game and have 5,000 hours on the game, never buying anything in it, right? All that money you spent making the game increases over time, because as the game is going on, you still have to pay developers to work on new updates, characters, cosmetics, weapons, story, whatever you're adding to your game. You still have to pay developers to do all that stuff while the game is out and people are playing it for free, hoping that they spend a butt ton of money on microtransactions, skins, whatever your particular game's money making scheme or in structure is. So that's why they're saying it's risky. Is if you spend $100 million on a game, you put it out there and it only makes 50 million, and the next game makes 200 million, that game pays for itself in a previous game that only made 50 million. It makes money. So for previous failures, you put out 5 live service failures and have them all running at the time. Once you shut those games down, you can't make money off of it. So however much you're in the hole, you're now even deeper in the hole every time you make a new live service game. So that's why it's really risky, and why a lot of studios shouldn't be making live service games, because they don't have the personnel, the staff, or the money to keep it running. That's in part because the chance of finding success is also highly competitive in the live service market. Yeah, people have spent thousands of hours on Fortnite, people have spent thousands of hours on Roblox, thousands of hours on Call of Duty. It's gonna be real hard to get them to hop off of a game that we looked at the charts. We looked at the charts the other day. Go look at that Grand Theft Auto video a couple days back that I did, where I was talking about the data in the gaming industry. For the last 10 years, Call of Duty has remained and been a part of the top 10 most highest selling games since 2011. So from 2011 to 2025, 11, that's 11 to 2021, 3, 4, 5. So for the last 13 years, Call of Duty has been in the top 10 selling games every year, consistent, every year. Getting people to get off of that game, not gonna be easy. The company, knowing that risk, gave Herman the resources and chance to try it. I think that's the only way they did it. In my mind, that's great, and hopefully some games will become successful. Hopefully. He said, adding that nobody expected Helldivers 2 to become the success it was. That's very true, because nobody has ever played Helldivers 1. Like the 6 niggas that developed Helldivers 1, 7 of them are the people who played Helldivers 1. Now, I don't even know how that math lines up, but that's what happened. You can't plan a success in this industry. You cannot plan a success in any industry. You could put $1 billion into something and it succeed, and somebody can make some trash bullshit, throwaway stuff, and throw it into the void and never make anything else again, and they can make $1 billion. So what creative industry success is very, very variable. You can't plan a success in this industry. That's the most fun part of this business. I hope that this strategy will work in the end, he said. Finally, Yoshida said that if he were still the boss of PlayStation Studios, he would have tried to resist the push into live service games. He went on to joke, maybe that's one of the reasons they removed me from the first party. So he did get removed. So what it sounds like is he foretold the future, so to speak, on shit like Concord happening, and he was like, hey bruh, it don't matter if the game good or not. There's just gonna be a lot of shit that fails, and I don't really think y'all want to waste y'all money on games that are destined that are more likely to fail than succeed. And then on top of that, cost money to keep, to upkeep. And they pretty much said, but the money we could make though. And he said, yeah, but are you going to make it? And they pretty much went, whatever you do, get that nigga out the office. Yeah, totally. I got you, bro. I don't give a fuck if you gotta break his kneecaps. Get his bitch ass out the office. This nigga blocking our blessings. That nigga wasn't blocking your blessings. He was blocking your curses. He was holding down back to make sure the curses didn't get to you, and you unplugged this nigga's controller. Helldivers 2, with more than 12 million copies sold, is Sony's biggest live service success in recent times. And again, nobody heard of Helldivers till the second one. Nobody has touched Helldivers 1. There's probably some people that went back and played it, but Helldivers 2 is the one that most people play. While Sony has halved the number of live service projects it's making, there are still several notable upcoming releases, including Fair Games and supposedly a New Horizon multiplayer game. Please, God, no. And recently, a lot of stuff has gotten canceled. Like I said, when it comes to this live service game, like, I don't want anybody to ever think I'm saying that nobody could ever make a good live service games. It's just some of these studios really need to humble themselves, because, like, dog, just because you make a lot of money making games, that don't mean you can make any kind of game you want and also succeed. Because at the end of the day, like, on a creative level, you can make whatever the fuck you want and do whatever the fuck you want. But on a business level, that don't mean that anybody gonna like it and buy it. You could, like I said, with rap, for example, how many times have you seen people try and make industry plans to spend millions of dollars on industry plan ass people, and then 5 years later, if I say their name, you gonna sit there like, nigga, who? Like, even though I liked her music, if I mention to you Baby Goth, you niggas, if you can name a Baby Goth song, can only name one Baby Goth song. You niggas remember Icy Narco? Of course you fucking don't. Don't nobody remember that, nigga. And even with like the 2023 and 2024, Four Bats, nigga got a Drake feature with like 2 songs out. I ain't heard that nigga name since. Well, he's still pending. We'll see if that nigga has a career in the long run or not, but niggas an industry playing. In the latest Game Mess podcast, Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb, blah blah blah, Sony has been shell-shocked from Concord, and now they're going to be around every studio and reassessing every project. I don't think it's Concord, I think it's Bungie. Because a lot of people would blame this shit on Concord, because Concord is like a recent massive failure that it was cool to spit on and kick while it's down. But I truly feel like it isn't Concord why they're shell-shocked, it's Bungie. Because Bungie had one of the highest rated DLCs last year, but didn't make no type of money that justified the like $4 billion that Sony spent on it. Everybody's calling this the Concord's fault, but I really think it's Bungie's fault. Because Bungie, for those of y'all who don't know, Sony in like the last 2 years brought Bungie, and basically Bungie pulled a fast one on them, and Bungie said, hey, oh, you need to know how much money we make? Yeah, we make $4 billion a year. These numbers are not inaccurate. This is just to get you to get the point. Bungie basically rolled up on Nintendo and said, yo, you want to know how much money we make? So you know how much it is, what's a fair price to pay for our company? Excuse me. We make $10 billion a year. Yeah, so giving us $4 billion, that's a motherfucking steal. Sony didn't check the books, none of that. They said, damn, bro, y'all be making 10 million? Didn't do no fact checking, didn't look at the books, none of that. They said, hey, shake on it. Here's a briefcase for $4 billion on it. Get to making them banger ass games, my nigga. And then Sony came back and looked and found out that horse carriage they thought they saw was really a pumpkin. It was like, you had horses on the front of that. And it's like, no, those were donkeys. Honestly, those aren't even my donkeys. I stole them bitches from my uncle's farm. And they're like, yo, what are those shoes? I thought those were J's. Nah, bro. These the worst shoes ever invented and known to mankind. Converses. They're looking like, that's where you live? I thought you lived in the mansion right there. Nah, I pointed over there and said that's my house. Nigga, you live in a one-room hut? Wait. Where do you go to the bathroom? Go 3 blocks down, make a left, go up the street, make a right. Bitch, did you say 3 blocks down and then continue to give instructions? Oh, I thought y'all niggas had money. Oh, you're broke. You're broke. Oh, you're poor. You're impoverished. You're lacking funds currently. Oh no, you niggas is liars. Oh no. Oh nah. No way. And that's basically what happened. So like, yeah. But I really think this is Bungie's fault, and it, like I said, it's just cool to go and spit on Concord, so they're gonna say Concord, but it's really Bungie's fault. Because Concord was 100 million, nigga. Bungie was some billions. And now they're going to yeah, and that Bungie buyout and Concord's failure is definitely making them walking back around to them studios like, oh, what the fuck y'all making? What the fuck are y'all making? Y'all making what? Man, cut that shit off. Make something else. That shit ass. That shit is not selling, boy. They reevaluating. He also reports that these were the main projects from both studios, alongside Concord. Oh, but I didn't say it yet. Concord did not die. It was killed. Alongside Concord, they joined the likes of canceled multiplayer titles for The Last of Us, Marvel Spider-Man, and a rumored Twisted Metal reboot, thank God, and Sony's London fantasy RPG. Noted that the cancellations won't result in studio closures, but it's unknown if there will be layoffs. Yeah, I know it's gonna be layoffs. That's just something happening in the tech industry right now. Also, Bloodborne fans. Hold on, because I need the sad music for this. Oh shit, this wasn't even plugged in the whole time. That's why I couldn't hear the damn thing. Where's the damn plug? Fell over here. I gotta make sure the music is playing properly. Okay, it is. Joe, I said Joe. Hey, yo, Bloodborne fans, I got some news for you. I don't know if you're gonna like this or not, but I'm gonna need you to open palm, spread your hands, and take them off your ears, because you need to hear about how there's a retired PlayStation executive that reckons that Bloodborne PC hasn't happened yet, because Miyazaki, the person who, I don't want to say pioneered, but the person who definitely popularized the Soulsborne genre, who definitely made the Soulsborne genre what it is today, cannot do it himself, but he doesn't want anybody to touch it. Meaning, he doesn't believe that he's capable of leading a studio to make a good Bloodborne PC port. And he's like, hey, if I can't make it, ain't nobody else allowed to make it. Y'all niggas will not Todd Howard outshine me and make a new Vegas. Fuck out of here. Let's read on. Cause like I always say, when it comes to like top most annoying fan bases I personally have ever dealt with, Soulsborne niggas are in the top 10. Cause the top 5 are various Nintendo fandoms and like a random order. Then it's delusional ass Grand Theft Auto fans and Bloodborne niggas. Bloodborne niggas, bro. Not even Bloodborne niggas, Soulsborne people in general, but Bloodborne niggas, they're top 10 most delusional. They're number 6. They're right after Grand Theft Auto and 4 Nintendo fan bases. And I don't even have to know what the 4 fan bases are. I just know they're gonna be Nintendo related if I was to ever sit down and make a definitive list. What do we want? FromSoft is now established as one of the greatest AAA studios of our time, producing classic after classic under the inscrutable eye of the director and now company president, Hidetaka Miyazaki. Most of these games have found their way to personal computers, but the PlayStation 4 exclusive, meaning it wasn't even released on Xbox Series S or X, it wasn't released on the Microsoft game launcher, wasn't released on Steam, purely just PlayStation 4. Exclusive Bloodborne, which many, including myself, consider FromSoft's masterpiece, remains locked to that platform. But you know what's the crazy thing about Bloodborne now ever coming to PC? I've seen people mod Bloodborne to be 120 frames and run fine on the PlayStation 4 without putting the CPU under massive amounts of strain. So I say that to say, like, y'all could add a 120 FPS patch and quadruple triple the player count for that game. Or just release it on PC. And they refused to. And before we didn't know why, but now we know. Most of these games have found their way to PC. The calls for a remaster have been going around so long and are so frequent that it's now one of those go-to gaming memes. It's up there with Mother 3 localization port. The run-up to any major showcase will always have someone rumoring Bloodborne, while the tiniest hint that Sony remembers the game exists is seized upon by feverish fans. Started a sentence off with a conjunction. Your fucking job is to write for a living and you're still sending sentences off with conjunctions. Now the outgoing Yoshida, who's just retired for PlayStation after 31 years in senior roles, including president of SCE Worldwide Studios, has proffered? The fuck is that? I ain't never heard that word in my life. Proffer? Hold out something. So he's giving out the info. He's giving up the goods. Has proffered his own theory as to why it's so elusive. In an interview, blah, 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 blah. Where's the quote? Bloodborne has always been the most asked thing, and people wonder why we haven't really done anything like an update, a simple fucking patch where all you have to do is flip a switch, or a remaster, which should be easy. And you know what's crazy? We have a whole ass PS5 Pro edition PS5, and these niggas still don't even make it so that the Bloodborne is compatible even at 30 FPS on PS5. You have, because the shit is non-emulatable still. They've just barely got shad PS4 to boot past the fucking home screen. Just barely. So this game is still, as of my knowledge, as of the time of this recording, still impossible, literally impossible to properly emulate. You have to physically go in your closet and dig out your PS4 anytime you play this game. Well, unless you're a Madden 2K nigga, then all you just gotta do is go buy the game digitally and play it, because PS4 is current gen, you dumbass. But for anybody who actually plays games, people who are likely to play a Soulsborne, gotta dig your PS4 out the closet if you want to do another run of Bloodborne. Sony's known for doing so many remasters, right? And people just get frustrated. Yeah. So where's the Bloodborne remaster or sequel to one of the best received first party games Sony's ever had? I have my own personal theory to the situation, meaning this may or may not be fact. This may just be shit he's saying just to say in a podcast. But he left first party Sony, so he doesn't personally know what's going on. But his theory is because he remembers that Miyazaki really, really loved Bloodborne, you know? What he created, and so he thinks that he is interested, but he's so successful and he's so busy that since he cannot do it himself, but he doesn't want anyone else to touch it. So that's his theory, and the PlayStation team respects his wish. Now, on behalf of Bloodborne fans, I'm saying this. I don't want to be an asshole, and as a creative, I know what it's like to have your creation snatched from you and used and abused in a way that you didn't approve of. But Sony, I think you may have to go to this nigga's office, go, oh, this hard drive right here, this the one with Bloodborne on it, this the one with Bloodborne on it, this one, pretend it's a hard drive, shut the fuck up. This the one, I bet. And then go behind his back and make a fucking PC port so these niggas can shut up. As a business, in terms of like a business decision, I think that's really what y'all gotta do to this nigga. Cause apparently he ain't never gonna let it happen himself, and he's busy making new shit from y'all. So a PC port or even just a fucking patch that lets the shit run on PS5 at 120 would be a godsend to them niggas, and would be something that just improves your brand loyalty by 10,000%, because them niggas have been ravaging and seizuring in the corner for so long, they'll accept whatever the fuck bone you throw their way. One of PlayStation 5's launch titles was Demon Souls, which was handled by internal Sony studio Bluepoint rather than FromSoft, which did later lead to rumors, of course, that it would be moving on to Bloodborne. Niggas still haven't ran the Bloodborne. Okay, silly question, but there are reasons for hope. Last year, PC Gamer got to sit down with the man himself and got the closest thing yet to a straight answer. I know for a fact these guys want a Bloodborne PC port. Damn, he said, yeah, I know y'all want that shit, but if I say I want one, I'll get in trouble as well. But it's nothing I'm opposed to. Damn, he said my hands are tied, it's not on me. Obviously, as one of the creators of Bloodborne, my personal pure honest opinion is I'd love more players to be able to enjoy it, because at the end of the day, people make a business out of making art, but the people who are actual artists in this business, they really just want people to play their shit, and at the end of the day, but they got bills at the same time, so they just put it up for a price. Pure honest, well, especially as a game that is now coming of age, one of those games of the past that gets lost on old hardware. I think any game like that, it'd be nice to have an opportunity for more players to be able to experience that and relive this relic of the past. So as far as I'm concerned, that's definitely not something I'd be opposed to. I don't know, man. Say that, but every time niggas mention it, it's feeling like Sony's just Ray Charlesing out this bitch. Anytime they make a trailer talking about PlayStation history, here come a Bloodborne clip. But anytime you ask Sony where the fuck that remaster or PC port going, they like Ray Charles playing the piano with their ears though. They like, what you say? What you say? What you say? What you say? Play Astrobot. What you say? What you say? What you say? Play Astrobot. What you say? What you say? Like them niggas start avoiding questions and acting like they ear blind. Oof. I've been playing both these musics over each other, despite specifically not want to do that. So, alright. Now, this clip, I wanted to bring up because the other day on stream, we looked at something pertaining to this clip. Now, I'm going to play the clip, and I'm going to show you what he said. And after I show you what he said in this respective clip, I'm going to respond to it and I'm going to talk about it. And I'm formally stating this so that you know that this video is transformative in nature before I do anything with this clip. Because if you try to copyright strike me, I will fight the fuck out of it.
The whole DEI thing, which should DIE, might I add. But I can't speak to how much of an influence DEI has had within Activision and this franchise, but I can probably tell you it's pretty heavy. Like, if it isn't obvious, it's obvious.
It isn't obvious. It isn't. I'm gonna need you to clarify, my boy.
Yes. And that's just not even on the franchise and the game. That stretches out to fucking PR and marketing and comms and the entire package. Got to get rid of that, man.
I'm gonna let him speak.
Get that out of there. I think they hired like individual DEI managers for each studio. That's insane.
What the fuck is a DEI manager?
Get them out of there. What the fuck are we doing? Get them out of there, man. Get the right talent in the positions. No matter who they are, what their background's on. They don't give a fuck, man.
You know what I always find funny? I always find it funny that these niggas speak down on the idea of DEI and they turn around and say just hire based on qualification. That's what DEI is. DEI is just hire people based on qualifications. But that's not what they're doing. That's why they have to say that. Stay woke. And not woke as in DEI woke. Stay woke as in real stay woke. School days stay woke.
Get the right talent in the positions, not the feel.
And also, if you a Negro and you ain't never watched School Days, wake up! Go watch School Days. School. Matter of fact, let me pull up a picture so you know what movie I'm talking about. Boom, this movie right here. School Days. It's a Spike Lee joint. Open image and open link in the window. Yeah, fuck it. This movie right here. School Days. Not days as in day of the week. Day as in mink, 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 bop, bam. You got birds cycling over your head like a Street Fighter. that type of days. It got a lot of actors that are now prominent, like Tisha Campbell from Martin, Spike Lee himself, Lawrence Fishburne, and he's an iconic black all-star. I just forgot his fucking name. But a lot of black all-stars in this movie. On my Prim Hood shit. He's a black all-star. But that type of woke. And if, like I said, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch that movie.
I feel sorry for you, talent. That's all that DEI is. I feel sorry for you. Here's your elevated position. Doesn't fucking make sense.
It's not elevated. They're still barely giving niggas entry-level positions.
That's why you're seeing everything on a heavy decline. The ones that have adopted that, and the ones that are.
I'm gonna wait until he finishes his statement before I throw this fact out there.
Moving off of it, all of a sudden you're starting to see some, okay, so wait a minute, there's some energy, there's some strength there. Now we're going in a direction that we want to go in. And I don't like to get all, it's not, I mean, it's I guess it's
It is political.
Political, if that's what you want to call it, I don't know. We don't like to get too political on this channel, but let's just fucking point out the obvious that's happening in the gaming industry, because that's what we're really talking about, is the gaming industry.
No, it isn't. Okay, so the fact that I want to talk about is he said that Call of Duty has been on the decline, but correct me if I'm wrong, because I pulled up the chart. I looked at the data the other day. Correct me if I'm wrong, but since 2011, Call of Duty every year since 2011 has been one of the top 10 selling games of all platforms. That's on Steam, PC, Epic, Xbox, PlayStation, everything. Nintendo, they don't release Call of Duties over there, so that kind of doesn't count. But every other platform that releases Call of Duties, and when it does release on Wii devices, it's one of the best selling games on those platforms. So what are you talking about? What decline? What decline? Every year they're making the most amount of money in the gaming industry. The amount of money they make and continue to make is insane. And then let's not forget that on top of the fact that their individual game releases sell massively, Call of Duty Warzone is one of like the big 3 free-to-play games right now. It's Call of Duty, Fortnite, Roblox out of the big 3 free-to-play games. So every year they release the biggest AAA game, like standoff yearly release AAA game, and they got one of the big 3 free-to-play games currently. What the fuck is this nigga talking about? DEI hires. DEI hires. We don't want DEI petty hires. We don't want them to, here, we give you a job. Motherfucker, that's what it was supposed to be. Cause like I always say, a lot of them approach shit like all lives matter. Cause the all lives matter theology and theory isn't stupid. Like, yes, everybody's life should matter and should be respected equally. Yes. But all lives matter isn't a fucked up movement because all lives shouldn't matter. It's a fucked up movement because it's a direct response to black people saying, hey, y'all treat us like our lives don't matter, and we're telling you, we're reminding you that our lives matter in addition to yours. If your life is worth this much, our life is worth this much. It's equal. It's not one above the other. None of that. It's equal. But they want to come out of nowhere, like that mirror where dude is looking at a meme. How do I make this about myself? I'm gonna go in there and make this about myself. That's what they did. You made something that had not a goddamn thing to do with you. That's where the fucked up part comes. It's not that all lives matter inherently is a bad thing. It's the fact that it's a response to something that isn't a bad thing that makes it a bad thing. What the fuck? Oh. That makes it a bad thing. I just wanted to speak on that real quick because, like, I really rarely speak about niggas like this on my channel because he was caught in 15,000K being a pedophile. And, like, what I do this for, this whole making fun of DEI shit for, is so that y'all realize and recognize that is weirdos out there, and y'all learn the signs of what a weirdo looks like so you can avoid these people. Because, bro, I'm not gonna lie, as a grown-ass man, I can understand for maybe a stream or two cosplaying and doing something. But every day, your goal in life is to wake up, put on this stupid-ass red vest, and be a cornball over a microphone and grift to a bunch of racist weirdos. That don't sound crazy to you? But you know, some people don't learn, and the numbskulls that follow this type of shit, he's built and looks like and does the same actions as what they like and what the archetype of person that they are and that they want to be looks like and does. Oh, recently I was told that the Evo 2025 lineup went live, and I've been ducking and dodging and diving, doing my best to not see it. And now I finally get to on stream, watch the lineup, and see what it is. First off, let's turn this quality up. Why is the highest quality at the bottom? The fuck?